So today I'm picking up something I've never picked up before. I've pulled these brand new. I've never pulled a service return where it's someone's camper and it's been brought back for service and all that. I haven't really done anything but walk around and check it out, but this thing she is a dirty girl. It is filthy. And I'm really not 100% sure. There's no paperwork, no keys, no nothing. So about the best thing I know to do. It had the GPS tracker in it, so I'm just gonna take it and go with it. I hate not being able to lock it up because every door is open, but especially going this far with it. But I did go around, check my lug nuts, and that's about all I've done so far. I still got to put the tag on it. But if you get one like this and you're gonna do what I'm gonna do, just take off with it. Double check your lights if it's a service return. Make sure that if they've had it out and the lights went out, that they fixed it. Like, as long as the lights are burning, you're good. But how these three are out right here, tag lights are working. I will bolt my tag right here because it's got the little it's got the that won't be that hard just to bolt the tag on. And yeah, just check all the lights, check all the tires, and make sure everything's good. Now, one thing I don't like a whole lot is it has extra plugs. Yeah, it's got this plug right here. It's got a couple other plugs up there that someone has put in that's not factory stuff. It does have its own battery, so I won't have to be using my battery. But it shouldn't hurt anything. But when there's extra stuff on there, I'm worried it's wired up wrong and I'm gonna wind up shorting something out in my truck if it's not done correctly. So maybe not. Why did I put the tag on the trailer instead of just using a bungee cord and putting it on the ladder? Because going across country, and this thing, like I said, it is filthy. And going across country, it looks like somebody's camper. So I want it down between the tag lights. That way at night when I'm going down the road, DOT sees me, officer sees me, they're not wondering where my tag's at. They can see it right where it's supposed to be. Because I have gotten violations way back in the past for my tag not being under the light. Not hauling campers, but pulling other trailers where the tag was just on there. If the tag light's out, it is a violation. So this just makes me feel better that I'm not going to get in any trouble, or not going to give them a reason to stop me. So anyway, I believe we're pretty well ready to go. This thing looked giant in the camera way it is right now, but it is 32 foot. And like I said, my truck's still standing up in the back end for what it is. I figured it'd have a bunch of weight in it being somebody's camper. I just wanted to go over again. If you're pulling a used unit, double, triple check your tires and make sure the brakes work. So we're gonna put it in gear, get her moving. Yeah, it's got very, very good brakes on it. As soon as I hit it, it stops the truck. And I always do this anytime I hook to any different trailer. I'll hook to it and then I just squeeze the little controller, and if the brakes are not that good, which these are excellent, if the brakes are not that good, you can hold this down and go from reverse to drive and move it backwards and forwards a little bit. Sometimes that'll help. A lot of times after you get going cross country, after you get on down the road, they'll start tightening up. But always check them. You don't want to pull out and get going down the road and see that you have no brakes. And you don't want to be sliding tires in the gravel parking lot. If that's the case, you need to back them down a little bit. And if they're nothing at all, bring them up a little bit. But yeah, I'll probably set these on 8 and then adjust them as I go from there. So today is Sunday, November the 12th. Just pulling out of a rest area over here before you go through St. Louis on I-70. Got hooked up yesterday and met up with, there was Mr. Leon and Mr. Frank over at the yard, and talked to them for a little bit. And Frank ran on down to Effingham with me last night and bought my dinner, and I appreciate that, Mr. Frank. But so I stayed at Effingham last night and made it over almost St. Louis today. Not really a lot to tell. On my trip back, on the last video, or on the last trip, I didn't make a video on that trip. I got out, got to riding, and I just really enjoyed that trip, and just kept forgetting to get the camera out. So I went out to Rancho Cucamonga, California, and delivered. And I had a gentleman had sent me a message on Instagram, and he was having a hard time with his truck. He had a cylinder number 5 misfire, and I decided to drop down to Brownfield, Texas, and give him a hand with it. So went down, and it was just the plug, just the plug, and I had 3 of those in the truck with me. So we replaced the injector plug on number 5 and fired it up. All the service emissions went away. The truck was running smooth. We run it around the block, and I talked to him a little bit later on, and he said so far it was running good. So they got him fixed up, and then I made it. Like I say, since I've been back out here, when I was at home doing different things, I wasn't daydreaming about pulling the campers down the road. I was daydreaming about seeing all the stuff that I didn't get to see on my way back when I would come my trip back. And I decided I'm gonna start doing more of that, as much of that stuff as I can on my way back. It may not be anything major, it may not be anything huge, but it'll be little stuff that I want to see. So like the trip before that, when I was on my way back, I stopped and saw the Cadillac Ranch. That's ridiculous. It's right there on I-40. You know, walk out there and look at the Cadillacs, and it's a good opportunity to stretch your legs. You know, we sit in these trucks riding down the road, and we get all cramped up. It's good to get out and walk a little bit. So even if you don't have any interest on painting your name on a Cadillac, it's still a good idea to get out. It's still a good place to get out and walk up there and look at something and walk back to the truck, you know. Then I went to the Golden Light Cafe, which is one of the oldest cafes in Amarillo, and it's I think they just said it was one of the 3 oldest cafes that's still standing in its original building on Route 66, and it's 77 years old. The Golden Light Cafe is 77 years old, and they still cook on the original griddle, that was there whenever they opened, as far as I know. It was taken over, it was taken over by new ownership. One of the waitresses that worked there actually bought it, and she has the Golden Light Cafe, and she kind of did okay with it and opened up the Golden Waffle, and I think she's actually got a couple things going on right there around Amarillo, so that's something neat to check out if you're in Amarillo. Now, I did like the place, but don't go there with a camper. Don't go there with a trailer at all. It's kind of tight parking if you're thinking about going through there. Kind of tight parking in downtown, so you'd want to do that just to pick up. Exit 313 off I-44. Buffalo Run Casino. This is my first time going in with a trailer, so I'll be watching really close. There was a little construction here the last time I come in, and I didn't know if there was a better way to come in or not, but I'm gonna do what I saw so far. So if you continue straight ahead after you go through the toll booth, you'll come up on the entrance to the Buffalo Run Casino, and then you'll see the big truck parking on the side. The next thing you see is a little house right down here, and that is the Truckers Lounge. You can also turn in right there in front of the Truckers Lounge like I'm doing, even at 18 with it. They have the big parking lot right there on the right. So if you follow this road on around to the casino parking lot, they have another massive truck parking lot down there. They also have an RV spot just designated for RVs that have RV hookups, all right there in the casino parking lot. As far as the tolls go, there was a $2.50 toll getting off to come to the casino, and whenever I got back on the next day going out, the toll cost me $10 at the next toll plaza. Now normally it's $12.25, this time it was $12.50, so it literally cost me a quarter to get off and come to the casino. Now if you follow this straight down in front of where I'm going and turn to the left where you see the structure out there on the left, that's where the RV hookups are. But I'm not going to use the RV hookup, so I'm just going to park out here in the truck parking. So here in Miami, Oklahoma, is the Buffalo Run Casino. And if you look right over there, that's the Truckers Lounge. The house right there. And then if you look over this way, there's the hotel. And there's the casino. One thing I like about this place, that black car out there is security. As soon as they saw me get out walking around, they came over, checked me out, made sure I wasn't doing anything wrong, and offered me a ride to the casino, which I thought was pretty cool. Makes me feel a lot better about parking there, that they are so on top of things. The hours for the Truckers Lounge, 7 to 10, 7 days a week. They're not 24 hours a day. They do have a shuttle service. This is the lobby, and it looks really cozy, as well as this room off to the side here. Looks really cozy as well. Not what we're used to getting at the truck stops for sure. There is a TV in there. You can ask for the remote or ask the attendant to turn it on for you. I thought that was just a really cozy touch. Computer room right here, so if you need to print off permits or anything. The snacks and the drinks, from what I checked, I did buy a couple of snacks while I was in there, and I wasn't shocked at all at the price. I was shocked that it wasn't more. I didn't ask about the hats or anything like that, but here's the laundry room, and I did put my laundry in the wash the last time I was here, and then I went to the casino. When I got back, they had folded my laundry and everything. All I do is pick it up and go. The showers, this is a massive shower. A lot bigger than what we're used to at the truck stops, a lot nicer. But if you got your wife or girlfriend with you, it is only one person per shower, no exceptions, 30-minute maximum. Reason for that is they only have 2 showers. But this place is definitely going to be a nice change of scenery from Joplin. I plan on stopping here from now on every time I come through for a while until I burn it out and have to find somewhere else. Buffalo Run Casino in Miami, Oklahoma. So the casino, the Buffalo Run, is pretty cool. I left there and drove down to Sarah, Oklahoma, and bumped into David Cross while I did the video on his truck, the Ford F-350 RV transport setup. Probably a week or so now, whenever y'all see this video. Bumped into him, hung out for a minute, and after that I drove over to the casino in Albuquerque. And no, I don't have a casino problem. I didn't even go inside. Promise. Left there this morning and came on over to Milan, New Mexico, thinking I was going to get fuel. Fuel price through it with their discount through the app is $3.34 a gallon. Got there, went in, ate breakfast, called and got my permit, and wound up. All the fuel lines were closed. They got something going on with their fuel pump, so I got a 286 mile range, just short of full, and 15 gallons in the fuel tank. I'm going to try to make it to Kingman. Kingman's 390 miles, I think, 380 or something like that. Just short of 400 miles. And it's saying I got 284 miles to empty. So I may have to stop and put in 5-10 gallons somewhere, but it sucks because fuel price in Kingman is $3.89 a gallon. But right down through here, it's also not a whole lot cheaper. So figure I just set my cruise up on 65 and try to get the best fuel mileage I can. And if I have to stop somewhere and give an outrageous price for 5 gallons, I'll just do that. But this has been a pretty enjoyable trip on the way out, and I've just been kicked back, relaxing, riding, talking to folks on the phone and all that. And I almost forgot to record anything today. But like I said, it's kind of nice when the trips are so laid back and easy. I don't think anything about recording, because usually I'm trying to record if anything interesting happens. And when nothing interesting happens, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna get on across through here, and I will get back with you guys a little bit later on and let you know if I made a cumin or not. Pulled in up here at the rest area up here on top of Flagstaff, and I was soaking up a pretty good sunset right back in here a while ago, but it's already gone. I got tied up on the phone and didn't get to record it, but it was gorgeous. So just kind of checking everything out, and nah, it comes through a lot better on this camera than it did the other one. But a few minutes ago, all that was lit up like that. But anyway, looks like my fuel situation is going to be really good. I'm still showing, now it's showing that I got over 100 miles. I must have more in that auxiliary tank than I thought, but normally whenever I leave Amarillo, I don't have enough to get to Kingman. But it looks like I have enough to go to Kingman and plus some tonight. Made it here to Kingman, fueling up, and I don't know if I showed you guys this or not, but if I park right here where the def lines up straight with my hood, there's enough hose to get all the way over to my def field. I don't have to move the truck back and forth when I'm fueling up. And this hose will go back and hit both of my tanks, so it's a lot better than pulling all the way up and then having to back up. I mean, I still don't like that it's up here, but that's better than what I was doing. About time for this thing to get a bath and get all that crap washed out from under the hood. Makes a mess. And yeah. Them some cool looking little trucks. Well, I cleaned the window up for you guys. I hope you can see a little better. Not that I'll be recording a lot tonight because it's dark. But Camping World of Bakersfield, to the best of my understanding, you can deliver there. You can get there and stay overnight. Now, I don't know that for sure, but I'm thinking I've heard that multiple times from multiple people. So we're gonna go find out. Let's see. Over here out everybody's way. Some of these guys come in so daggone fast you don't know which way they're going. I mean, they're so sporadic. You just can't tell if they fit in the dart left or dodge right, you know. I prefer to let them go first, but sometimes they won't. That makes me nervous. I see all this stuff blocked off here in the parking lot. At the Flying J at Sayre the other night, they'd blocked all that off, putting EV chargers up. And I think it's ridiculous if they do anything like that here, because we have a massive major parking shortage for trucks. So build it on out there somewhere. Buy some more property, put it somewhere else. Don't put it in a parking lot. We have a hard enough time finding parking as it is. But what do I know? Anyway, we're gonna get on out here and get headed on in, and if I do decide to stop short, it'll probably be in Warren, California at the Loves. We'll find out in a little bit. Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday the 15th. I'm about 22 miles from Bakersfield. I stopped and got fuel in Kingman last night, and when I got over to the Loves of Warren, California, that's all I wanted. But I tell you, I had a hard time finding parking in Warren last night, because the whole truck parking lot was packed full. RV, there was a couple of spots in the RV parking, but I am not going to park inches away from somebody else. I just can't bring myself to do it. So I wound up parking out on the street, and I don't do that very often at many places. I don't park on ramps and stuff like that. I just don't like it. But right there on the side of the street, it's so wide open, and you can get so far off the road. I don't really mind that so bad, you know. If I gotta park somewhere on the side of the road, it'd be right there. But got up and got moving this morning, and looked like I'm still there set up to, I think they start receiving at 9 o'clock, that's what somebody told me, and I'll get there at 9:30, so still in good shape. And get this one off and get headed back home. So, I'll try to get a little bit of the scenery on into Bakersfield, and I'll see you guys when we get there. Pulled in here and everything clicked off so quick. When I pulled into a parking spot, there was somebody walked out, and I didn't have a lot of paperwork. I just had the bill of lading, so they didn't actually check it in or anything. It just click, click, boom, and I was done. So there she is sitting there in her parking spot, and yeah. And then I got to meet this other driver over here, Mr. Ben from Indiana Transport. He is cool. He is seemed like a really good guy. And this is Camping World of Bakersfield on Whipple Road, and you can pull right in there and turn right into a parking spot and stay if you get here early or overnight, as far as I know. That's what I planned on doing last night, but I didn't make it. Get tired, you get tired, right? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get headed home. I've really enjoyed this trip out. Hopefully I enjoy the trip back, and I hope if I don't get back with you guys, or if this video, it shouldn't come out after Thanksgiving, but if it doesn't come out until, if it comes out before Thanksgiving, I hope y'all have a good one. If it comes out after Thanksgiving, I hope y'all had a good one. Anyway, I'm gonna get head home. See you on the next video. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.